And so, the first one that I want to give is just an example of, again, from a house clearing point of view, and a client that I had. And it's funny, you talked too about, fairly recently bought a home, everything went fine, but then there was, over time, it's like, oh,
Mhm.
what's going on here, that when I go into this room, something feels off. I feel irritated. I feel, even actually tired. This client called me, that I had been working with, and after she was in her home, and she said, I've just got this one room in my house where literally I go in there and it's like my whole mood and energy changes. When I leave that room, everything kind of dissipates away, and I'm pretty much back to normal. But I can't really go in this room because of that energetic kind of lowness that's from there. And so she called me over and asked if I could help her kind of clear the space. And so we went in, and how I typically do that is, you go to the door of the room, and in this case, I've got a couple of different techniques, and we're going to talk about those in detail. But I use, Archangel Michael's golden net is one of them, and just basically sweeping out and vacuuming out the space,
Mhm.
and noticing where then in particular the heaviness feels. In this case, it was actually in the walls themselves. And so it's interesting. Sometimes that can be what I found is, like that something happened with when in the building of the house, and there was some trauma that was in that room or that area, or the people that lived there before. In this case,
Mhm.
it was a new house, so it happened to be the builder's experience kind of got lodged into the walls. So we did that kind of surface clearing, but then we literally went into the walls and cleansed the walls themselves.
Mhm.
And then we applied all that. We energetically filled the space, which we'll talk about in a minute. And then we went and just kind of checked out the rest of the house, and came back, probably about 30 minutes later. And I kind of let her walk in, see what, and it was just all light and bright and filled with life
Scary.
again. And so even you mentioned it. It can This is one that it you can palpably notice the changes so fast.